I know I've been doing a lot of horror movies lately, but I just couldn't resist this one. Okay, everybody, today we're going all the way back into time to look at a motion picture that I thought was brilliant when I was younger. But now? Well, we'll get there. Anyway, we are talking about 1974's It's Alive. Remember the little baby? Is what it is, was what it was. Before we go any further, before we dig into this gem anymore, we are once and again looking at the trailer.
I think perhaps that's for the best. After all, if we find out that the cause is medication that we manufacture and it was administered over a long period of time,
what do your interests recommend?
Absolute destruction of this thing.
It went down the storm drains.
That's how it can travel the length of the city without anybody seeing it.
Don't touch me. Don't you touch me. They stole my baby. What is that? Did you see it? Did you see it? What does it look like?
What are you
Get
afraid
those
of?
cameras out of my face, please. I got no comment. That had nothing to do with this. Will you get that thing out of my face? Get out of the way!
He couldn't kill you. You know why he didn't? You know why he didn't kill you?
You've never been exposed to radioactivity in radioactive material or undergone extensive x-rays. No, Doctor, I told you. We can't rule out genetic damage.
My department has already cautioned the police about excessive violence. If it could be dispatched with a bullet, or better still, some kind of a gas. Undoubtedly, it is very small, and any kind of bodily harm, especially from gunshots or explosives.
In other words, you want me to sign away the body, is that it?
Well, it's your right. After all, you are the child's father.
Okay, this motion picture was directed by Larry Cohen. He wrote a lot of things, but directed some things too. We're talking about Q, the Winged Serpent. We're talking about God Told Me To, and Black Caesar, and Bone, and The Ambulance, and Deadly Illusion, and Full Moon High, and Hell Up in Harlem. And of course, he also directed It's Alive 2 and It's Alive 3. So, you know, you've seen his stuff. Okay, everybody, we are going to just go flying through the cast of this motion picture. There's not a lot of big names or anything like that you're going to just recognize off the get-go, but there is some cool people that popped up in other stuff. So let's get going. First off, we're talking about John Ryan, who is in motion pictures like Dillinger, and 5 Easy Pieces, and Shamus, and Future World, and Breathless, and The Postman Always Rings Twice, and Runaway Train, and Train, and Best of the Best, and Hoffa, and a lot of TV stuff. And Sharon, Farrell, she was in Lone Wolf McQuade, Night of the Comet, tons of TV though, that's where she really lies. You know, Young and the Restless, Hawaii Five-0, Policewoman, FBI, Perry Mason, Marcus Welby, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Ben Casey. And then you got Andrew Duggan, 7 Days in May, In Like Flint, Dr. Detroit, but again, really a TV guy, FBI, Lancer, 12 O'Clock High, Gunsmoke, McMillan and Wife, Vegas, Hawaii Five-0. Guy Stockwell, you know he's a TV guy. Quincy, Fantasy Island, Magnum P.I., T.J. Hooker, Knight Rider, Simon and Simon, Gunsmoke, Stagecoach, and Adventures in Paradise. You got Michael Ansara, come on, massive amounts of TV work. We're talking Star Trek, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Ben Casey, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Land of the Giants, if anybody remembers that. I Dream of Jeannie, Mod Squad, Rockford Files, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. And of course, you got floating in this just a little bit, Robert Emhardt. He was in Forced Vengeance and Lawman, but really TV. Marcus Welby, FBI, Cannon, The Kids from Casper, Have Gun Will Travel, Checkmate, Twilight Zone. So there is a bunch of faces you're going to recognize in this, mostly because they were in a lot of TV work. And if you watch TV in the 70s, like we all did, you only had a few channels. Remember, folks, you've seen these guys a whole lot. Is what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, everybody, I'm going to really try to do this in 90 seconds or less, so we can keep it short, keep it fast, keep it moving, keep it entertaining, and we can get to the summation. And really, the trailer probably covered a lot of this motion picture is as it was. But let's roll any. You got this husband and this wife, and they're about to have a baby. Oh, yes, exciting times. Movie doesn't waste time. We get right to it. She's in labor. We're going to go to the hospital. They take their kid. They throw it off to Charley. Long story, doesn't make a difference. Anyway, they go to the hospital. She's like, man, this is like a little bit more difficult than it was the last time. Something's wrong. Well, the husband says, that's great. I'm going to go hang out in the waiting room. This is the 70s. I'm going to smoke cigarettes and play poker with a bunch of other expecting dads. You're on your own, baby. Anyway, so she's pumping out this baby. Doctor's like, hey, I think this kid's kind of big. She's like, really? He's like, yeah. Next thing you know, you see an orderly doctor, I don't know who it is, come stumbling out of the room, throat slit, all maxed up, is what it is. The husband runs in there like, oh my God, where's my baby? Somebody killed all these doctors and took my goddamn baby. Well, sooner or later, you find out, well, actually, very soon, you find out that the baby is the one that killed everybody and took off. Father can't accept this. He's like, this shit's fucking crazy. I don't know. So he takes off and heads home. In the meantime, the baby kills another lady, is what it is. And before you know it, the media finds out who this baby belongs to, and broadcasts all over the whole world saying this man and this woman had a mutant baby and it's running around killing people, is what it is. Anyway, the husband tries to go to work the next day, act like nothing, but he works for a PR firm. The PR firm says, you got to take a vacation, son. You're kind of a hot item at the moment. He goes, all right, is what it is. Secretly, they're really firing him. Hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, he takes off, and the baby kills another person. He takes out a milkman. Ooh, this is getting really crazy now. In the middle of all that, the mother is at home. She's now resting. They had a nurse come in and try to grill all these questions. At first, you're like, man, this nurse is fucking heartless. But you find out, really, she's trying to tape record everything that's going on with the mom so that she can sell the story and make some cash. It's a media circus. These people are caught in it. And they have a mutant baby still running around killing people. The husband, he's like denying in his head that this baby is even his. He's like, that's not my baby. That's this monster. You can't blame us, this, that, the other. And the mother is like, well, you know, she's really getting out in the la-la land, to say the least. In the middle of all that, you had these cops that respond to a call at a house where they almost take out an innocent baby, is what it was. You find out that now the doctor of the mother is sitting there talking to the drug companies. And the drug companies are saying, hey, man, we might have been giving you guys some drugs to give to this woman that are making these mutant babies pop out. So we got to make sure when they find this kid, they don't just kill this kid, they obliterate it. There's no tests, there's no nothing. Everything is destroyed. Well, he's telling the drug company, hey, it might be a little bit difficult because the husband signed all the rights away to the university so they can do scientific experiments on the body of this baby when they finally get it back. Whatever. Next thing you know, the cops, they corner the baby in a local high school. The father goes over there like, hey, what's going on? There's some crazy shit going down. And all of them are like, yeah, man, the baby's somewhere in the school wasting cops running around, is what it is. The father leaves to go back home. The baby leaves the school roughly the same time as it is. He's going back home. As he gets home, he finds out something very, very crazy is happening. His wife is acting weird. All the milk in the house is missing, and all the raw meat's missing too, and the family cat. Take that for what it's worth. Well, the truth comes out. My God, she has this mutant baby in the basement, and she loves it, and she's caring for it. How this all happened so quick, we don't know. But it is what it is. And she has the mutant baby in the basement taking care of it. At the same time, their son, who was hanging out with Charley, now has come home. Well, he snuck out to get home. And he breaks into the basement, and he finds the baby before the dad gets down the stairs. And he says to the baby, oh, you're so goddamn cute. You're just adorable. Well, dad comes into the room, says, get away from that thing, son. Pops out his .38 and plugs the baby. The baby goes, ah! Runs up the stairs out of the cellar, eats the throat out of their friend Charley, who is now actually there to look for their son, but was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You get it. Baby takes off. The father goes to find the baby. Winds up finding the baby in the sewer system. A sewer system that you've seen in every movie, by the way. A sewer system that's been filmed so many times, you could probably find your way around the fucking tunnels because it's been in the movies so often. Anyway, regardless, he goes in there. He finds the baby. He realizes, oh my God, he's fucking adorable. He's demonic looking. He's a monster. But he's adorable. That's my baby, and I love him. Oh my God, I'm going to get him out of here and save his life. Does he do it? Does he pull it off? Well, I think the trailer answered that. But it is what it is. I'm not going to tell you everything. There you go. Okay, everybody. Does It's Alive work? Yes, it works. It's Alive definitely works. Although, in a weird way. And we will get to that in a moment. First off, the big three. The directing? I mean, come on. It's a Cohen flick. I mean, he directed it the way he directed it. Is it horrible? No. But he did do a stylistic choice in this thing. At least I think it was. Either that or he had no money. Where he is literally doing everything very, very, very handheld. It gives it a documentary type of feel and a very raw kind of feel. Sometimes it is a little bit annoying because it ain't like Steadicam handheld. It's like some dude with a camera on his shoulder trying to walk kind of steady, but everything is herky-jerky, up and down. Faces are falling out of frame half the time. You know, weird shit. It is what it is. It gives it an unsettling feeling. It is a little bit off and weird, but you don't know if it's making you feel more like they filmed this thing for $250 or it gives you a very raw documentary type feel to it. The directing, yeah. The writing, come on. It's a killer mutant baby movie. The writing is going to be what it's going to be. Don't look for Shakespeare. It is what it is. And finally, the acting. Holy sheep shit. So much of it is so far over the top. Insane levels of over the top. Crazy. John Ryan in this thing is just a thing to behold. I mean, he is just throwing it out there. He doesn't give a shit. Edgewise, he's playing this thing as far out as you can get. It is what it is. In a movie that was any other movie, you would say this falls flat. But in this movie, which is so bizarre and so over the top and so crazy, oddly, it works. Now back on track. Why does this movie work? Well, it kind of works in spite of itself, to be honest. And it works on weird levels, and I'll get to what I mean. First off, this is not really a good motion picture. I mean, let's be honest. It is what it is. It's kind of one of those motion pictures that, in spite of itself, in spite of the shitty writing, the ridiculous story, and all the flaws, which we will hit on, it's still fun and interesting to watch just for what it is. It's kind of like if you take somebody and you put in a bunch of bad features, a bad nose, a bad mouth, bad eyes, bad hair, and everything, and you put it on that one human being, and then you look, my God, she's gorgeous. It's kind of like that. It doesn't make any sense that this thing is fun, but it is. And when I say fun, it's not really terrifying. I mean, if you were really, really young or something like that watching this, like I was a kid when I first seen this, you're like, oh my God, this is wild, this is scary, this is crazy. As you watch it as an adult, it's more humorous than friggin' anything. It's more just so bizarre and so crazy. You're just watching it going, who thought of this? Who greenlit this? And how did this motion picture get made? So you can look at it through one set of eyes and say, well, I guess it's, I don't know, kind of scary. But it's so ludicrous and so over the top that you just can't help but watch it and snicker through about half of it. First off, this movie is loaded with continuity errors. I mean, it's just crazy. Sometimes, like, he'll be killing somebody, and he's like running out of the basement. All of a sudden, you see the same scene of him cutting through the grass, looking at you in broad fucking daylight, I mind you. And then that's cut into a scene that happens at night. You're just like, what did I just witness? There's parts where John Ryan in the fucking sewer system where they're talking to him, and he's got the rifle in his hands pointed this way, and then the rifle's gone, and the head's this way. And you're just like, did anybody even fucking watch this thing as they were putting it together? Apparently not, but it is what it is. Half the kill scenes in this are more like humor. They really are. They really are. When he takes out the milkman, it's not terrifying. The way you see little leggies dangling from the milkman and shit like that, and the milk and the blood spewing out the other side of the truck, you're laughing. You can't help it. You're laughing. Now, are there any more serious parts to this motion picture? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where the movie like lands on like a lot of funny little weird notes. It's like, does this movie hate kids or something like that? I mean, one character even says people live happier lives and they ain't got no children in it. You're just like, Jesus, this movie's a downer on kids or something. I don't get it. And I guess there is a human story in it to a degree. You're watching this guy trying to contend with his life gone to shit. He was so happy to have this kid. He was so glad to be a father. He was so excited about this. They were so happy. And then you watch him descend into like this self-denial, this madness, this torment, because now his life is on every newspaper. People are in his face. By the way, when he does the "get away from me, get away" to the reporters, all I could think was Frankenstein and fucking Death Race 2000. Brilliant shit. Anyway, so you're watching him go through this and descend into this lunacy and watch his life fall apart. And you're just like, okay, I guess there is a story here. But at the same time, the characters are bing-bonging all over the place. The wife is one way, and then she's loving this little mutant baby who's killing everybody. Then he hates it. Then he's loving the mutant baby that's killing everybody. The kid thinks it's a fucking adorable little thing, even though the cat's on the floor with its throat ripped out. And you're like, what the fuck is... What am I watching? And I gotta say, if you just watch this just to watch John Ryan go to town, just watch it to watch John Ryan go to town. He is laying this shit in there so thick. He has one scene in this, where I see more eye tears and nose snot than since the Blair Witch Project. I mean, he is just pouring it out there when he's in the sewer and he sees his baby and the baby's looking out, and it's like wounded because he blew a hole in it. And he's like, "Oh, it's all right, little buddy. I know it hurts." He kind of looks to the heavens like, "Why, God? Why do I love this little baby? This little fanged baby that's killing everything that it sees." It's nuts. And of course you do have a backstory of the big bad drug company, and they're like, hiding their sins, that they've now put out all this birth control shit and everything, that certain babies into mutants and all this other kind of stuff. So there are those levels, but those levels never really get explored that much. Everything is just like a backstory that they put in. It's like, here's this other subplot that we're going to tell you about for about 3 minutes and never visit again. And here's another subplot that we're going to touch on for 2 minutes and then never visit it again. It's one of those movies. You have to take it for what it is. It's low budget. It's filmed kind of like shit. It's overacted. They do their best not to show you that much of the demon baby because it looks pretty fucking ridiculous. There is no continuity whatsoever in this motion picture. The story is just bizarre, even though the plot's kind of fun. But I mean, the baby is leaping from the ground like the rabbit, and I think it was Jabberwocky or something, just killing people. Or was that? No, what was the other Monty Python? But it doesn't make a difference. You know what I mean? It is just over the top and ridiculous. And you just have to sit there, buckle down, get into the mood, and watch this goddamn thing and enjoy it for what it is. It's stupid. It's badly acted. Well, over the top acted. It's got a lot of flaws. But as you're watching it, I promise you, you will be entertained. I promise you, you will walk around afterwards either just shaking your head or laughing. But if you sit through the whole thing, you will say, you know what, 90 minutes of my life, I'll give it up to that. Why not? Okay, everybody, that's it. I'm going to try to do a comedy or a drama or something next one. I've done like a bunch of horror flicks in a row. I know, I can't help it. It doesn't make a difference. It's just this fucking roll that I'm on. But anyway, get out there, watch this thing. It's on Fossum. You can check it out there. They put a lot of commercials in, but, what are you going to do? And give me an idea of what you think of this thing. It'll leave an imprint on you. Anyway, be good. Take care. Stay out of trouble. Be kind to a stranger. Be there for a friend. And most of all, never, and I mean ever, take any bullshit from anybody. See you soon.